The enormous patch 126 is now live, bringing a mix of new content, features and fixes to DayZ, including lots of things we never knew about. This update is packed with exciting changes and additions that actually have some huge impacts on gameplay. And here, I'm going to go through all of them. If you liked the video, please leave a like or a subscribe. It really helps me out. You have no idea. But without further ado, let's get into the video. I plugged the fan into the USB and now my mouse won't work. Nope. God damn it. A quick thank you to the SOS podcast, who I'll link in the top right, who saved this video because I seem to have broken my recordings. Firstly, let's kick things off with the new content added in this patch, starting with the obvious, the brown hare and the red fox. Not only can animals now move grass as they walk, allowing for much better tracking, but the fox adds a whole new feel in DayZ when you encounter one. Hearing that bark and watching it is just the coolest thing. I did also encounter a couple of hares, killed them, ate them, which is basically what every truck driver does when they encounter a hooker on the side of the road. Either way, fun additions. Another exciting content addition everyone is looking forward to is the wolf trophy headdress. This unique item not only looks intimidating, but it also provides great insulation, making it a valuable piece of gear for surviving harsh conditions. But if you don't want to wear a wolf on your head, then you have the new Shemak. Everyone hates how I pronounce that, but I'm okay with it. This can be worn on your head as a hood or around your neck as a wrap, and it looks so cool. But let's talk about fishing, because this update has completely reworked it. Fishing enthusiasts will be pleased to hear about the new fishing jig and the wooden fishing hook, the latter of which can be crafted, which makes fishing way more engaging, and it provides more options for people who generally don't go down this route. It just makes it more accessible. And speaking of fishing, because that's what I'm doing, I'm talking about fishing, worms are now stackable, and fishing bait is no longer crafted but instantly added to a hook, streamlining the entire process. Worms are now easier to collect, as using a shovel will allow you to dig up multiple at once, and fishing itself is different, giving you the option to yank when you now fish. But watch yourself, because too much yanking will make you blind. But be careful with what you catch, because eating raw fish now causes food poisoning instead of salmonella, which is more consistent with what we would expect. Now let's talk about some of the impactful gameplay changes, starting with a few temperature changes you definitely need to know about. One of the most notable changes is that consuming scorching hot items now slows down consumption and causes damage. This further emphasizes their focus on the temperature system. Additionally, some items can now freeze if exposed to low temperatures, meaning you will have to defrost them before you can consume them. The more heated the food, the better the benefit you get from it. So although cold food will give you some benefits, there are also some drawbacks now. Firewood can now be stacked up to 3 times in your inventory, making it easier to manage your supplies. Also, all edible items can now be added to cooking slots and heated up to warm your character when consumed, providing additional ways to keep you warm and healthy. Players now gain temporary immunity to the cold after recovering from it or any of its later stages, giving you a brief respite before you need to start worrying about staying warm again. Heat packs now cool down over a longer period of time, providing drastically more benefits, making them more effective in critical situations. And sitting in vehicles when the engine is running now sets your character's heat comfort level to neutral, helping you maintain a stable temperature during long drives. A much needed improvement is the ability to climb onto ledges while swimming. This is a ridiculously incredible addition and so needed. And another change they've made is inventory sizes are now somewhat smaller. I say somewhat because it varies depending on the piece of clothing. They have said though that they are open to feedback on this, so if you like it or dislike it, make sure your opinion is heard. The terrain and object visibility settings have been tweaked, giving players more control over their visual preference and improving performance on various systems. The in-game server browser has received several improvements too. It now verifies all official servers before displaying them, making sure you always have the most accurate information. You can also filter and sort servers by maps and use the new description field to find servers that match your playstyle. Authentication for official game servers has also been added, enhancing security and ensuring a better experience for all players. Another noteworthy change includes renaming bad insulation to worst for better clarity. Now let's move on to the numerous fixes and improvements included in this patch. The alertness of AI to pistol shots has been reduced, and there's a strong reduction in AI alertness to shots from the Sporter. This makes stealth play easier and early on tactics more viable. Active rain and snowfall now decreases the hearing of infected, which can be strategically used to your advantage when moving through stormy weather. Both wolf and bear meat are now infected, so if you consume it, it'll probably make you sick. However, you can no longer force feed somebody from behind. It's only possible when facing another player, reducing the ability to grief others in certain situations, which is both fun and realistic, and also I hate it. It makes sense. It was a broken mechanic they have now fixed. I hate it. Soft skills have now been removed. There have also been several improvements to traps. There's an increased chance of catching animals, and the time required for traps to catch an animal has been reduced. However, animal pelts are now significantly heavier, so plan your inventory accordingly. But for more information, click here, or for something else completely different, click here. And as always, until next time.